Hey guys, what's up? Crucity here, and today I'm bringing you guys thumbnail part 2 video. But anyways, I want to talk about how you can get free GFX. So, every Thursday I'll be announcing I'm doing a giveaway for GFX. So, pretty much what this is going to do for me is you leave a comment below of what you want. Now, you could say like logo, banner, Twitch overlay. You can't say revamp, that's kind of a lot. And tomorrow I'll make a video announcing the winner, and I believe Sunday I'll make a video of the speed art I made it for. So yeah, so sorry for not uploading this yesterday. I have this for you today with the announcement, so hopefully this gets a bit more views, gets attention, just so we could have more people entering. I think that'll be a lot of fun, but let's go ahead and get started. So this thumbnail is more of a, I feel, face type, optic type, and the only reason why I say this is because I see a lot of people using this type of thumbnail. So I'm going to make the same exact thing. I have it from scratch. Now, pretty much, you could use any background or whatever. I just like to warn you, I try to make a video before this, and some colors are harder to merge with other colors. For example, blue is very simple, just because you could do like more of a blue background in an aqua kind of offsetting, and this is just like, for example, green is a very hard color. Red would be good because you could use pink for the player's background and stuff. And I just like to say, each video for thumbnails is probably going to get more advanced and stuff, and I'll try and move at a quicker pace for those of you that are more experienced and just want to learn this. So if you guys are having a trouble time or harder time, you could slow down this video. You could watch the last video to help you out as I go, I think, step by step. So let's go ahead and start. I just have my picture of a Bigo store, same exact picture I have here. I'm going to hit Control J, which is the duplicate. You also could right click and click duplicate layer right there. Now I'm going to click this and click black and white. I'm just trying to get this part black and white and have no colors interfering with the blue right here. And why is this? It shouldn't be black. That's odd. Okay, so this isn't making any sense. Why is it when I put the layer before it changes? Okay, I'm really confused what's going on here, so I'm gonna click that, Control Z. So I'm actually really confused what is this going on right now. So pretty much you duplicate, put a black and white right there. And I'm actually really confused why it's doing this. Doesn't really matter that much. I don't get the logic of how that's making it black and white. But if this happens to you, you could just click Control U, click Colorize, and you could choose your color of the background. So make sure your saturation's up, and we could lower the opacity. But this is very odd. I'm not sure why it's making this. Okay, so this problem happens to you. To be honest, I don't know what's going on. For some reason, my Photoshop is glitching out. So another alternative to making this photo black and white and going with this is Control U, turning the saturation all the way down. And this should work. I'm sorry, oh. Okay, so apparently what happened was I had hue on, which makes it black and white. So if I just click normal, there we go. Sorry for that. I actually don't know how I got hue on there. Not exactly sure, but let's not focus on that anymore. So now at least you know 2 ways to make a photo black and white. Make sure your thing isn't hue like mine. That would be really bad. So now we want to add a filter gallery to it. So click filter gallery. Oops, sorry for that. That wasn't a fart. That was just my chair or whatever. What happened there was I already used a filter gallery before this, which was let's hurry up and see, sprayed strokes. So what this does, it just kind of duplicates it there, really, the last thing you use. What I also want to do is filter, and where are you? Blur, blocks, blur. I talked about this in last video of how, actually, I wonder if I could do this. Merge layers, there we go, now blur it. I talked about this in the last video of how I don't like the background really, taking over the photo. I want it to like be there to look cool, but at the same time I don't want it to to grab people's attention. I want the words and stuff to grab the people's attention. So there we kind of have it blurred up. You can't read any of it. It looks cool, it looks artsy, but it's not what your attention's going to be looking at first, or what you're going to be looking first. Don't get the sense of that. But next, what I did was I got the two people. I got myself and a waitress. So you could pull any of these images off the internet. So I'm just, to save time, I'm going to put this over here. And the reason why I'm rushing this video, or it sounds like I'm rushing, I'm sorry for that. It's just that I'm not exactly sure what. But yeah, so now that I got myself and a waitress, let's look at these effects, how to get this. So they're actually pretty simple. The only thing is, when you get to this part, I talked about this, if you're using a color like green, orange, maybe yellow, you're going to have a very hard time with this, because a lot of the time the thing will just blend in with the background, and that's why I had to stop last video or whatever. I was making a video before this, and I was just doing a variation with green, and it did not work out so well. So I prefer using colors that, in fact, let me show you real quick. If you see, okay, so you see how blue kind of has two. You have blue right here, and then you have this blue. Very different. But if you go green like this, you kind of still have that green the whole time. Blue, it changes up. Blue could even work with purple maybe. Red, you have pink. Yellow, you have orange, kind of, that might work. It won't look the best, I think, but there's a couple of colors that might work in here. It's just hard to use, because like when I was using green, there's only like one green right here. I know you could get darker, but it really didn't work out. It just kind of all blended together. So I recommend using like the 2-color scheme thingy. So what I did is I put a stroke on one. You kind of, if you look closely, you could see the stroke around her. Or you see, okay, so you see the stroke around me. Pretty simple. And then I added an outer glow, which we could look at. I did 109 size. You could do whatever you want. I just did the same exact color. I think I did the same exact color as background, and actually no, maybe higher. I'm not exactly sure. But then I put 100 opacity, which make it see it more, and that's pretty basic. So from there, I just copied it and I pasted it onto her, just like that. Now we gotta get our text, and this part is really cool. So in fact, I found out how to do this while making my own thumbnail, and I thought it was pretty freaking awesome. So it's this new style I discovered, I think. So let's go and get into it. So if you do a new text layer, and I did the worst food ever, I think, so let's go and do that. Or I just did the worst food. Oh my god, my thing. We could do the worst food ever. So now that we got that, we could actually shrink it a little bit. And we could rasterize it. The reason why I want to rasterize it is just to get this over with. I didn't make 2 different layers, actually, worst food and ever, so I didn't put the whatever. So in fact, I could always edit this out, so we could just get rid of the. So I did rasterize it. We can move this over here. In fact, it doesn't really matter. In fact, why don't I just do. Where are you? In fact, let's just duplicate layer. I know this is a more annoying version, but I did 2 different texts there, which would have been a lot simpler. then this. Okay, so now we got our two things. We have the worst here and the food ever there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a normal blue to kind of higher aqua or whatever, just to keep the theme going. And then for the second one, I'm gonna do, you know, more of a just regular gray and white gradient. You guys see that a lot on my thumbnails and stuff, so there we go. That should look pretty decent. No, it doesn't. I think it's the blue that's messing it up, yeah. I don't really like sticking to dark blue to like high. Like I said in a lot of my thumbnails, you'll see like gray to white or whatever, and you see how I barely touch it. So like I do it like right here maybe, and now it'll look really, really cool. Like that, perfect. And then we could mess with the food ever part, this text, gradient overlay. Sorry if this is a bit confusing. I understand why it just like sounds like I'm in a rush and stuff, but now we could add more effects. In fact, I don't think we need to. So if we do this, or just this, you can move this closer. Does seem a little bit bright, and I want to do this. If we could, in fact, we could just merge it. I think that'll do just fine. Control T. If you click on this thing right here, we can mess with the warp tool. I'm gonna say warp 2. Inflate. That's actually the opposite of what we want to do. No, no, no. If we just do it like this a little, see how I made that little arc? And then the cool part about this is if we hit Control J, let's go back to this bottom layer, Control T, make it a bit bigger. And what's going to separate this apart is we could do filter blur, box blur, and we also could add, so it looks very, very blurry right now. We could add like a Satan or something, and I think that looks kind of cool. The only thing is I would shrink it in a little. But yeah, that's a basic tutorial on how to make this thumbnail. I know, I'm gonna be honest, I know it looks completely different than you know, this and such or whatever, but it's pretty basic. So worst food I put together ever. In fact, I'll just show you right now. So yeah, what I did here is I just enlarged it and put a blur on it. I didn't actually put Satan because it was just the way I put the text. So the text was very simple, just saying what I did in this part. I didn't do the bicube thing, the arc. You don't have to do that. Just saying like I put, I don't know how to explain it. Let's do like I did worst food or whatever. Made a new thing ever. I don't know why that's making it so tiny. Then I, you know, there are two different layers. The worst food part I put at a the normal, was it the gradient right there. The food, or just the food part, I put at the white gradient. I put it like this. It's pretty simple, just so you know, enlarge it, decrease it, or whatever, hitting Control T. And then I tilted it and did our little trick at the end, which, trust me, it won't look as bad as this. I know it looks a bit bad. In fact, if we shrink it a little, I think it'll look a bit better. It does look a bit better. And also the background, it does, what I also added is, I think this background is just a bit much. I feel, if we just add a little, let's see, there's a little thing down here I really like. I think that I used last time too. If we use grain, in fact, let's put that, no, no, no. In fact, this might work. I don't know, probably no. But a lot of it, that doesn't look too bad. A lot of it is a text, why this does look bad, I feel. So just showing you guys, if I do bring in the text, it looks a whole lot better, and that's just that. So sorry for making it kind of rushy. I did make, how long was this? A long video. Really sorry for that. I did kind of rush it, I feel. not really. I'm not exactly sure, but like I said, guys, if you are doing the GFX giveaway or whatever, make sure to leave a comment below of what you want. Please leave a like for this video, and see ya.